to preface it, if you haven't read the book, this is a scene in which the main character, Darren, who's this nerdy kid in high school, has just met a girl that he really likes and is into, and he claims to be on this social networking site that he's actually not on. And she's like, oh, well, it's like essentially like I'll say like, oh, I'll Facebook you, and I was just like, oh yeah, totally. And then I realized like I'm not on Facebook. Fuck, what do I have to do? This is crazy. So he basically has to run during class and sign up for this social networking site called NameSpot. And so this is that scene. I duck into the library. My 6th period lab partner is just going to have to wait 5 or 10 minutes to look at me like I'm stupid. I grab a computer and a study carrel over by the dusty young adult fiction section. I type namespot.com into the browser. It loads, thank God. Sometimes sites that are for purposes of entertainment are blocked by the school's firewall. The librarians probably aren't the quickest trend seekers, and NameSpot is something like the 8th social networking site kids our age have adopted and then abandoned in the time I've been in high school. As soon as the page loads, I feel like a complete sellout. The front page is covered in banner ads for truly awful skate punk bands, and look, I can enter a contest to be an extra in a sequel to a movie about a hard luck inner city dance game. I hit join. I enter my real name. One of the million things that make NameSpot obnoxious is the tendency people have to make their profile names cute or weird or off. Like, instead of Deandra, a girl might be, Deandra can't wait for the weekend. Or a dude, instead of Chris, might be, BMX is for fags. I won't do that. Plus, how is Christine supposed to find me if I do? I guess people do it to prevent stalking, which is a big preoccupation everybody seems to have, but nobody's going to stalk me. People just wish they were stalked. Given the option, they'd stalk themselves. At first, I started coasting through profile blanks, entering not much, if anything at all, for likes, dislikes, influences. Influences on what? My NameSpot profile? But then I realized I wanted her to think I didn't just whip up this profile so she could invite me to a drama party. It has to look lived in, used. But what the fuck do you say? For bands, I put the 3 bands I talked to her about, but then I think, nah, that looks weird. I only like 3 bands. So I intersperse them with some other things, a band or 2 I've heard my brother mention, and some things my dad likes, like The Band, and some things I remember Eric rattling off when he was talking about his industrial things. Then I look back at what I have and I think, this is weird. Does this look like I'm too eclectic? Does it look like I'm joking? Then I think maybe Christine's got NameSpot on her phone. Maybe she's in class looking for me right now. And the thought simultaneously excites me and freaks me the fuck out. I have to finish this. For books, I put a couple of sci-fi authors, old ones, old enough to sound cool, or obscure, and I throw Salinger in there for good measure. Movies, Fight Club, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Sin City. Not my favorite movies, my brother's, but mine sound too nerdy. The sacred texts like Star Wars, the original trilogy, and Lord of the Rings. And to be honest with you, my favorite movies are theoretical ones that haven't been made yet, and I think only people like me and Eric would make. You see how I can't write that. I leave relationship status blank. Not desperate, not anything, but enigma. Yeah. One thing it's missing, I realize, is an in-joke. A private thing between me and all the friends I have who spend all evening checking each other's profiles when we really ought to be doing homework. So under least favorite things, I write, Richard's dog. Who's Richard? What has his dog ever done to me? I don't have a fucking clue. But it seems like some dumb thing somebody would write. All the blanks filled in, intolerably smart and believable. I hit send. The ancient school computer creaks and groans, and the little world in the browser bar spins, and finally the next page loads. Add a picture. Fuck shit balls. If I don't put one up, then my whole effort to make this thing look lived in will be for nothing. Everybody has a picture on their profile. Narcissism is what this whole game is about, but there aren't any pictures of me really, besides yearbook photos, and won't that look strange? And I'm not about to be that asshole. I could put a picture that isn't me, that's like Chuck Norris or George Washington arm wrestling a tiger or some idiotic thing, but that's another kind of asshole I'm not chomping at the bit to be. Then I remember, tucked in the bottom of my bag, waiting for me to remember to take it out and leave it at home really, is this sketchbook. Not my time-blaze sketchbook, but a nicer one I've used for what I guess I would call real drawing, for like landscapes and people and sketches of hands and things like that. Things I do occasionally to prove to myself that I'm not just doodling, but things that at the end of the day I'm just not good enough at, or which don't feature enough headrooms to hold my interest. Inside that notebook is, I guess, what you'd call a self-portrait. I dig the notebook out, I flip through, and it's there, between an aborted attempt to draw, excuse me. He burps at this point in the book, so I'm the first person ever to do that. It's called stream of burp consciousness. Sorry.